And we're back. Yes, we're back for another episode of O.H.O.L.E. Thank you everyone for being here today. It's another Thursday and we have another video with some great information on today. Thank you so much for joining me and being a part of the O.H.O.L.E. YouTube channel. To all of my holy rollers, hey y'all. Some of y'all got shirts now, so you need to be wearing your shirts sometime when you're watching the video. And to my new viewers, thank you for joining me. Just glad to have you here. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Hit that little red button. Subscribe, like, share, and even comment. I see a couple new people in the comment sections. Yeah, we even got a couple men commenting in the comment section. So thank you so much. I love engaging with you in the comments. So be sure to put those comments in. And again, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. All right. Thank you again. I want to mention the LTY Women's Retreat again. That's the Lenny Thomas Young Women's Retreat that we've been doing for 41 years. And we praise God. It was our mother who started the retreat back in 1980. And after she passed on, some of the women kept it going until my sisters and I were able to pick it up, became of age to pick it up and keep it going. So this year will be 41 years. And normally it's an overnight retreat, but due to COVID and wanting to make sure everyone is safe, we are doing in person, but we're only doing a half day on October the 2nd. So go to our website, ltywomensretreat.org, LTY with an S, retreat.org, so you can register today. It's only $25, and we would love, love, love to have you. Okay? All right, well, let's dive right in. Let's talk about today's topic, which is time. What are you doing with yours? The irreplaceable asset. Y'all, I was having a conversation not too long ago, and we were just talking about, with everything that's going on, people passing away seemingly suddenly, some of them suddenly, whether it's due to illness or, a brief illness, a long-term illness, or COVID, car accidents, unfortunate homicides, all of those things. It just seems like things and people are losing their lives, so quickly. And the older you get, usually most people, the older you get, you become a little more aware of your mortality. And as you become more aware of your mortality, you begin to look over your life and like, what have I done with my time? What am I doing with my time? Am I properly, organizing myself, structuring my life? Am I leaving a legacy behind? Like, if I leave here, will anybody outside of my family remember me? And you start to think about that. And that's kind of how O.H.O.L.E. was birthed, during the time when we were in COVID, when COVID started and some things began to happen, and you had less time to, not less time, but you were unable to go out and be busy and all those things like we were used to doing, and neglecting those things that you should be doing, or you just haven't taken the time to sit down, sit with yourself and think, like really evaluate your life. And again, that's kind of how it's not kind of, that's how O.H.O.L.E. was birthed. That's how the book was birthed that I told you about. That's how this YouTube channel was birthed. That's how some of the other things that are happening and unfolding in my life began to develop and open up. And I felt the need after the conversation that I had, just wanting to challenge each of you to really, really look over your life. Examine your life to see if you are just doing the regular mundane things, or are you kind of stretching yourself? Okay, sometimes you need to stretch yourself. It can be so easy to get locked in and stuck in a place in your life where, don't get me wrong, you may be doing well. Your bills may be paid. You may have some level of happiness, but are you really doing what God has created you and called you to do? Okay? If you're doing that, awesome. That is wonderful. But if you know that you have become complacent, I'm not talking about contentment, because there is a difference between complacency and contentment. When you become complacent, that means that you're just pretty much okay and you're comfortable with the mundane, and you're not really trying to stretch yourself. You're not trying to reach for anything beyond, what you feel like you are able or capable of doing. Okay. Whereas where complacency, where contentment means you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you've stretched yourself, but you're okay with where you are. Okay. That's what contentment is. Contentment is you're doing what you need to be doing, and you're okay with where you are. But complacency is when you're not even trying to do better. You're not even really trying to stretch yourself, and being okay with that. And that's never okay. That's never an okay place to be complacent. Okay. And so I'm really wanting to push you to think about your life. I want you to think about time. Y'all, many of us who are watching this video are probably in our 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, maybe even 70 years old. And if you think about your life, you've wasted more time than you have spent, doing the things that God has called you to do. Now, there may be a couple of you on here who really have maximized your life in the time that you've been on this earth, okay? But most of us, including me, most of us have wasted a lot of time because you never really took the time, to sit down to really think through things that we needed to be doing, as well as there was a level of fear. There's a fear of failure. Nobody wants to fail, true enough, but you cannot have that fear. And I have a video talking about, not living in fear. But you need to really look at your time. I think it was T.D. Jakes was the first person I've heard say it, but there have been others that I've heard. But T.D. Jakes was one of the first people I heard say, you can know how a person uses their time, or how they appreciate their time by looking at their cell phone, okay, and looking at the people that they are or surround themselves with, okay. If you look at those things, because if you're spending more time on social media than you're spending on time with your family, that's a problem. That's a real problem. If you're spending more time talking on the telephone with friends, and it don't even necessarily have to be a gossip, but you just spend a lot of time on those things, but you haven't picked up a book. You don't read your Bible. You don't do devotionals. You don't spend any quality time with God. That's a problem. And you say you're a believer. Let me throw that out there. You say, and you claim to be a believer, but nothing lines up with that. If you spend more time watching television, not television that with good information, but you're watching reality TV, and you're watching things that don't really feed your soul, but you neglect to spend time with your children, or you neglect to go out and help others, maybe volunteering somewhere or doing something in your own assembly in church. You only go to church on Sunday, but you're not involved in any other activity within your church, or any other auxiliary, should I say, within your church. That's a problem, y'all. That's a problem. You are not using your time wisely. Are you spending more time sleeping? Okay. And everybody needs rest. I am not negating the fact that you have to have rest. You got to have rest. But when you got 10 hours, you sleeping 9 and 10 hours, and then got to still take a nap, it's something wrong with that. Okay? It's something wrong with that. And I love my sleep. Don't get it twisted. But I recognize that when you spend too much time in that bed, my grandmama used to always say, that bed will take your strength. And that's the truth. The longer you stay in that bed, the longer you want to stay in that bed. Okay? You got to let that bed go. You got to let it go and get busy doing what it is that you've been called to do. And if you're not sure of what that is just yet, that's another reason you need to be reading literature. You need to maybe watch some YouTube channels or, look up some things we are in a time where information is literally at your fingertips. So there is no excuse to not know anything that you don't want to know, or find out information about anything that you don't want to find out about. If you don't know, it's your fault. It's your fault if there are certain things that you want to find out about that you don't know about. So I know I'm sounding a little charged up because, again, I am at a place in my life where I cannot waste any more time. I want to maximize every minute of my life. And, again, I understand you need rest. I know you need time to get away. I know that there are other things that you may enjoy. Yes, there is time to do that, but I'm talking about wasting. When you are wasting time, there is no excuse for wasting time. Okay, let's be mindful of how we're using our time and who we're using our time with. Okay, because people will help you waste time. People who don't have a lot going on for themselves, or don't have business and taking care of business, they love to be around you because you can be with them in wasting time. You may have to cut some folk off, or at least put them on hold for a little while to let them know, hey, I'm trying to take care of something. I can't talk to you about this right now, or let me get back with you on this in a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Because when you really trying to be about your Father's business, you ain't got time for the riffraff. I ain't got time for friends who ain't about nothing and ain't doing nothing and not even supporting what I'm trying to do. You ain't doing nothing, but you ain't trying to support me. Okay? So y'all, I ain't gonna even go all the way there because I was about to go there. Okay? I'm gonna keep this video a little brief. But I just wanted to push you, like, what are you doing with your time? Are you setting goals? Are you connecting with people who can help to propel you? Are you connecting with things and information that could help set you up to put you in a better place in life, y'all? We cannot allow ourselves to sit back and just be okay with the mundane. That's not, if you on this O.H.O.L.E channel, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to be whole, and a part of being whole is knowing your purpose. That's the title of my book, O.H.O.L.E, okay? O.H.O.L.E. It's the power of self-love and walking in your purpose. If you don't know what your purpose is and you're not walking in it, honey, your life is really just passing you by, all right? And we don't want that. All right. So thank you so much for joining me again, y'all. I know I'm a little passionate about this, but y'all, we've got to maximize our time because we don't know what tomorrow holds. And we want to be able to say that we've lived out our purpose and goal that God has set for us. Okay. All right. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for joining me. Again, subscribe, like, share, and comment. And thank you for being a part of the Holy Roller O.H.O.L.E YouTube channel. All right. And be on the lookout for more information in the future. If you want to contact me, reach out to me at ohtobewhole@gmail.com. All right. I love you guys. And until next time, God bless.